Okay, let's unpack this. The global fight against terrorism, it's really moved beyond just hard power.
It has.
So today we're doing a deep dive into the soft approach.
Yeah.
We're talking about these state-sponsored de-radicalization programs.
And right away, we have to be super clear about our terms because, it's easy to get them mixed up.
Absolutely.
We need to distinguish between disengagement, which is just a change in action. It's behavioral, often fragile, and de-radicalization.
That's the real goal.
That's the real goal. A fundamental change in belief. It's ideological and it's durable.
So our mission here is to compare two major models, Saudi Arabia and Singapore. One gets disengagement, the other gets de-radicalization.
And the results speak for themselves. You've got 10 to 20% recidivism in the Saudi case,
Which is pretty high.
compared to around 2% in Singapore. We want to know why there's such a massive difference.
Let's start with the Saudi model then. It was set up after those 2003 attacks, mainly for regime security. And it's famous for being lavish.
You're talking about the Mohammed bin Nayef Center, or PR.
Right. It's like a resort. I mean, pools, recreational facilities. Is that genuinely effective, or is it just a bribe?
Well, it's deliberately designed as counter-propaganda to show the state is benevolent, not brutal. But that's just the surface layer.
So what's underneath?
The core of it is theological re-education, and it's all conducted by state-employed clerics teaching a state-approved version of Wahhabism.
Okay, I think I see the problem already.
It's an immediate, fatal, structural flaw, the credibility crisis.
Right,
The
yeah.
detainees, they look at these official scholars and they see Taggart apostates or palace scholars.
So they just dismiss it all as politics.
Completely. As political maneuvering, not real theology. So you get this tactical compliance. They play the game to get out early.
And that leads to some chilling failures, like the case of Said Ali al-Shiri.
A perfect example.
He graduates the program, everyone thinks he's reformed, and he immediately goes to Yemen to become the deputy commander of Al-Qaeda in the Arabian Peninsula.
The system didn't just fail. It essentially graduated a high-value terrorist leader back into the field, now with less monitoring.
So if the Saudi model's core flaw was the messenger, how did Singapore tackle that exact problem?
Singapore took a whole-of-society approach. It really started after the Jamaah Islamiyah threat in 2001.
And they used the Internal Security Act, the ISA?
Yes, for preventive detention. That's crucial. It buys the state the time it needs for the soft fix to actually work.
And their architecture is totally different.
It's a three-pronged separation of powers. This is the brilliant part. The secular state strategically outsources the religious component.
To who?
To the Religious Rehabilitation Group, the RRG. It's a voluntary, independent group of community scholars who have genuine credibility. They're not seen as political tools.
So they solved the messenger problem right there.
They do.
Yeah.
And beyond theology, the model also hits non-ideological needs. There's a whole psychological pillar using frameworks like R&R and the Good Lives model.
And that deals with what? Like identity issues.
Exactly. Lack of identity, low resilience, things that faith doctrine alone doesn't fix.
But the part that seems like a total game changer is the social support.
Yeah.
And not just for the detainee.
You're talking about the Interagency Aftercare Group, the ACG.
Yes, providing job placement, financial aid for the families.
That is the key. By supporting the family, the state actively breaks down the extremists' us versus them worldview.
It creates a powerful reason to reintegrate.
A powerful pull factor. And that's how you get to that remarkably low 2% recidivism rate.
So when you put them side by side, it's not about the money.
No, the money is in Saudi Arabia. At the end of the day, the disparity boils down to the messenger state-centric versus community-centric and the scope. A narrow theological fix versus holistic life rebuilding.
Of course, we have to acknowledge the criticism. The Singapore model is incredibly resource-intensive. It's just not scalable for a large country.
True. And it all hinges on that controversial ISA, which sacrifices due process for security. It's a major trade-off.
It is.
Which leaves us with a really interesting thought to mull over. Right now, Saudi Arabia's Vision 2030 is pushing for social liberalization.
Moving away from that austere Wahhabism.
Exactly. The very ideology their rehab program is based on. So the question is, will this new ideological incoherence cause the whole thing to just collapse? Or will it finally force the total transformation they so clearly need?